What we have here, these are some of the infamous scooters that you're hearing about. We're gonna take a test drive on one of these. This is Bird. There's another one across the street. So this is Bird. There's a whole bunch of different companies that you can actually try out, but we're gonna be different. We're gonna be dealing with a totally different breed. So let's go and see what this second one is. So it looks like this other company right here. What is it called? Neuron with the orange scooters. Looks a little bit different, but this one at least comes with a helmet. So whatever that means. 16 plus. It's pretty cool. No riding on the sidewalk, as it's on the sidewalk. Let's be clear, people. You can park your scooters on the sidewalk, but you can't drive them on the sidewalk because you'll probably do some damage that you don't really want to be doing. Anyway, that's the scooter. Now let's go check out the bad boy we're looking at money green here. Let's see. Oh. So far I've seen two people driving them, and I thought they were driving somewhere. They're literally driving to drop off theirs. But here you go. So you get a kind of a close range of a whole selection of them. This is typically where they get parked. When they get parked, it's basically waiting for somebody to come pick them up to recharge them. But this is the bad boy, or this is one of the bad boys we're going to be taking a ride on a little bit later. It's the scooter by Lime. And if you take a look, let's see. This one looks like heavy duty fancy. I don't even know what that means, but got your French instructions on this side. I'm guessing English on the other side. Yeah. And this one is currently at 67%. So typically, if you're gonna be picking up scooters to charge, you're gonna be looking for the ones that are a little closer to empty. Those are the ones that pay more. Get into that a little bit later, but yeah, in a nutshell, this is the scooter shit, man. This is the scooter business right here. So if you're doing some Uber runs and you decide that you'd rather get around a little bit quicker, or maybe you're not even doing Uber, maybe you just want to get around quicker. These are the bad boys right here. And then you have a couple other different options if you're choosing something a little bit different. Has been the ruin of many a boy, and God knows I want. How y'all doing? Just doing a little bit of a walk here. Just want to show you guys a little something real quick. So, been out here for about 2 hours. Made $40 so far, and this is just walking, doing my Uber Eats thing. As you guys can see, I got the bag with me. Just walking down the streets, out here touching the people, feeding the people, making sure that everybody's good to go for the rest of their day. So I'll give you guys I don't know if it's necessarily a secret, but it may not be something that everybody really thinks about all the time. But when you go into the places that are in a city, so you go as close to the center of the place where you're working as possible, you're gonna find a lot more businesses, you're gonna find a lot more restaurants, things of that nature. The reason why you want to be in a place like this, especially when you're when you're walking. You can do this for anything. It's really, it really works for anything, but it's most effective when you're walking or if you're biking, because what it does is it pits you right in the middle of where all the action is, which means you're more likely to find people who are hungry, and you're more likely to be close to a place that actually has food, so you don't have to travel long distances to deliver to these people, right? So what that means is that because you don't have necessarily a car, if you're walking or if you're biking, either way, what that means is that you have less distance to travel, which means it takes less time for you to get paid. That's a little tidbit for you guys. So I'm gonna keep on going. I see, there's plenty of people doing what they do, people driving around, people working, people doing the regular thing. I'm still here out on the grind, so I'm gonna keep doing it how we do it, all right? The only reason why my phone has been lasting as long as it has, because I have this bad boy. See this bad boy right here? Power bank. So as you can see right now, it's on. If I press this red button, that's what gives it a little bit of charge. You can see it's got a couple ports to charge all your stuff. I got one USB in, but there's a second one, and this thing doubles as a car booster. So when I'm driving, for whatever reason, my car needs a little bit of a boost, it's got this bad boy right here. Reactor, you understand? You guys want to see a cool little trick? So let's say you're outside, you're doing some deliveries, whether you're walking or you're biking, and you're really, really cold. This is another reason why you want to stay around areas that have a lot of restaurants around them, specifically strip malls, plazas, things like that. It's because oftentimes you go down to their bathroom and you're gonna end up seeing one of these bad boys. So the cool thing about one of these guys is it blows. Don't laugh. What it does is it allows you to dry your hands with air. Now I find that if I were to try to dry my hands, just my bare hands, when it's cold, my hands still feel really, really cold when I do it. So what I do is I make sure I have on some of these wool gloves here. Not the really, really thick ones, because if you have the really, really thick insulated gloves, then none of the air will pass through. But there's little holes inside these gloves right here. So some of the air will pass through, but it keeps your hand insulated enough that it becomes warm. So when you turn it on, you rub your hands together while you're doing it. It makes your hands feel really, really warm really, really quickly. Do not put your hands underneath one of these faucets and turn on the hot water. I've tried it. I've probably tried it a billion times. One of these days I might end up getting desperate if I forget, and I'll go try it again. It's the worst feeling you'll ever feel. It's putting your hands underneath hot water. Make sure that you get yourself underneath one of these hand dryers. Make sure you have some of these wool gloves. You can get these gloves. I think you can get a pack of them for pretty cheap anyway. So I'll put a link in the description to get you guys some if you can't find any. And then you rub your hands together. And yeah, that's about it. So make sure you have these special gloves. They're really, really cool for when you're touching your phone screen. There's something inside these fibers here that allow you to touch through, so your touch screen doesn't get affected. If you use most gloves, you can't actually use your touch screen, but with these gloves you can. So I'll put a link in the description for that as well. But yeah, that's just another little hack for you guys. All right. So when I say that you want to be at a place that's close to the center of town, the reason why is because there's a bunch of restaurants and a bunch of places where you can pick up food. So check this out. Look all here. This whole section is just full. This whole road is full. You can find a bunch of roads like this downtown, but this whole road is full of restaurants where you can go pick up something to eat, and there's people that live close by, which means you don't have to do a whole bunch of walking. Here, you got the Shawarma place. Just left from Tim Hortons. There's a bunch of places. There's all types of stuff here. But this is basically what I mean, is make sure you get yourself to a place that's downtown, because downtown's gonna have a lot of these multi-homes.
Head northeast.
And when you get to the multi-homes, that means that there's more people that you can actually deliver to. You see, there's another brother over here. He's delivering too. But yeah, they're building up more buildings, which means even more people are going to be down here. But you guys get the idea. Go to a place that has a lot of people and a lot of restaurants close to it, and you're going to be good to go. The only thing that you might have to worry about, and even especially in around now, you don't have to deal with too much this traffic.
In 100 meters, turn right.
As you can see, outside delivering, you want to be as close to like a downtown area as possible. Go in front of where the restaurants are. See your shawarma spot right here.
Head to your pickup at Shanghai Wonton Noodle Restaurant.
It's 81D. Thank you.
Head to your drop-off at 195 Besserer Street.
Alright, so as you guys can see, I just completed my 4 hours, so I did about 4 hours today. Made just about $120, and this is just from walking. So I showed you guys a lot of the different ins and outs, a little bit of my quirks. Hey! So, you know, I'm feeling kind of good right now. 4 hours is good enough. Just wanted to show you guys what you can achieve